First time playing SEC home series. Just give us your thoughts on just how you're feeling heading into a really big weekend here.
Yeah, I feel good, excited to see the fans and everything, packed house, and just excited to face some really good players, really good arms. It's pretty exciting, honestly. So.
You're catching a lot of different style pitchers through these long weekend series. What has that been like for you, and what do you think has prepared you most for that?
Really just like putting in the work beforehand, like catching them off the machines, catching their stuff, just really getting used to what they have and how it breaks, what gets their eyes right, like where to give the target to get the best pitch for them, just getting their eyes set and hoping they rip that slider or throw that fastball up in the zone for a strike. So.
Was catching a guy like Paul Skenes a learning curve at all?
Yeah, early. It's just with any new pitcher, you got to learn how their ball moves, how it sinks. If they miss, why'd they miss? But a guy like him doesn't miss often, so it's just really like trying to figure out how can I get around this pitch? How can I move this pitch into the zone? If it's spiked, like what count? So just being ready to block it. So stuff like that.
What did you learn from that series last weekend? This is obviously your first taste of SEC play. Just what did you learn about kind of what to expect in this conference going forward?
Just it's the same game I've been playing since I was 8 years old. Just because there's a really good team on the other side and a bunch of fans in the stands doesn't mean the game's changed. Just slowing down, one pitch at a time, see a pitch, take it, swing at my pitch that's in the zone, and really just go from there. So.
You have a unique view of these pitchers,
Yes,
their
sir.
stuff. You also have the best seat in the house to hear hitters' reactions.
Yeah.
You've got 2 or 3 stories of guys for the other team that said something or, you know.
Yeah, you can tell some of them are getting a little frustrated just because Paul's so hard to hit. His stuff's so good that you can tell, like, walking up there, they're like, all right, here we go again, you know? Like, I mean, some of our guys, and I've done it in the fall, like facing Paul in the fall, we were like, here we go again. You got to really lock in because if you're not locked in, he's going to strike you out just like that, you know? He's special, and I think everybody's pretty much seeing that week in and week out, so.
Do they even talk to the umpire?
Yeah, the umpires are like, this guy's got really good stuff. Like, I haven't seen this in a while, you know, like, the guy's special, so.
Just lost my train of thought, sorry. I just want to know a little bit more about your background. I know that you played at the IMG Academy, and maybe you talked about it a few weeks ago. I wasn't here. So can you tell me what went into the decision to play at the IMG Academy and what that experience was like?
Yeah, so I was at a really good program in Tallahassee, North Florida Christian, I went there from 4th grade to freshman year. Played freshman year there, COVID happened, and then Leon County said they weren't going to play baseball for my sophomore year, so I got the opportunity to transfer to IMG, and it's just like I couldn't pass up on that opportunity. The coaching I had there, playing with guys like Tommy and all the other guys that were high draft picks out of there, is just special. Playing that competition week in and week out just makes me a better player, and that's one of the reasons I went there. Like, playing better players is going to help me get better. Like, moving up a grade is going to help me get better faster. So.
And like, how far from home were you?
Tallahassee is about 5.5 hours, so I lived in the dorms there. And then at the end of my senior year, my mom moved down there with me, so that was pretty nice. So they got to come to some of the games, but it was definitely a learning curve there. Living by yourself in a dorm with a roommate at 15, 16 years old was different, but it's all for the better. You just got to grow up a little bit faster and learn how to take care of yourself. So.
And when you're playing for a team like that, are you playing teams all over like the nation or just Florida?
Yeah, we would travel and play like Texas teams, like South Lake Carroll, where Griffin was at. We'd play like Brother Rice from Chicago, and then we'd go down to Miami and play some really, really good teams down there, like Doral, Miami Christian. So you kind of travel around a little bit, kind of like this. You fly to Texas, fly to Alabama, and play in Hoover. So it really gets you ready for the next level for sure.
What was Tommy like at the beginning?
Just like what you're seeing now, special hitter, just great teammate, fun to watch, fun to play with. So.
Were y'all on like the same team?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many years did y'all play together?
One. His senior year was my sophomore year, so.
And what did your like recruitment look like? Obviously, you could have gone professional, but you know what went into the decision to come to LSU?
I just saw what Coach Johnson was doing here, and it's special. One of my goals is just become the best player I can, and for me, I thought this was the best route. Coach Johnson does a great job at developing hitters and guys like me to be disciplined at the plate, take balls, and swing at strikes and hammer them. So I just felt like for me to get to my highest level and reach my potential, this was the best place for me to come for sure.
So really, like, plate discipline was kind of been a goal for you
Yeah.
coming in
Yeah.
to this program.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just not swinging at balls kind of gets under the pitcher's skin a little bit and makes him give you the pitch to hit, gives you that fastball to hammer, and hitting it hard is it's one of the biggest things you can do to get a hit. So.
Did you know much about Dylan Cruz before you got here?
Oh yeah. I grew up playing in Florida, and I have two older brothers, so we'd kind of be around like the same complex, and I would stop by because I have a buddy that was on the team with Dylan, so I would always walk by their games and stop and be like, golly, Dylan's been the man since I was like 12. I just remember hearing about him, going to watch his team, the Squirts. So, yeah, he's a household name in Florida, that's for sure.
Do you think he was good enough to hit 500 for a season?
Yeah, that guy's special. I mean, he's unreal. Just everything he does. I can go through all the things that he does, and he does it so good. Like he's the man. So.
Was him being here part of why you wanted to come here?
I mean, yeah, playing with guys like that kind of makes you get better. Like watching Tommy hit BP and stuff like that, kind of like, okay, this is what they're trying to do, and that's how they're doing it. Like, if I want to get to the next level where they're at and progress my skills, like I need to. It's just playing with better guys, like better players make you grow and become a better player. Like, just iron sharpens iron type deal. So.
I know having like a catcher's coach like Josh Jordan here is also advantageous. Like,
Yeah.
have you had an assistant like that before?
Yeah. So at IMG, I had two catching coaches. One's with the Yankees now, or three. One's with the Yankees, one's with the Marlins, and the other one just went to Pro 5 Academy, I think. And so they all had pro ball experience, which was really good. And that really took, like, going from my first high school to IMG, that's when I kind of took my defense to the next level. And then Coach Jordan does a great job here, just like getting me prepared for games, teaching me the ins and outs, the analytics behind it, why a 1-1 count's more important than, or not more important, but why a 1-1 count percentage is so important compared to maybe like a 3-1, or if that makes sense. So he does a good job of keeping me engaged and really explaining why things are so important to me.
Is that part of the draw too, coming here? I know not every college program has like a
Yeah.
catching coach.
Yeah, so I think that happened. He got hired near the draft, and so that was maybe a couple weeks before, if I remember correctly. So that was definitely like something intriguing. I knew he did a really good job at Duke in the ACC. Just growing up in Tallahassee, watching Duke play Florida State, I've always seen that they got pretty good guys and they're really polished behind the dish. So yeah, that was something that came into consideration. So.
Any more questions?
Thanks, Brady.
Thanks, Brady.
Yeah, no problem.